Hello everybody, it is White Games and welcome to Oakfield Farm 19. Oakfield is one word. Okay, we're gonna have to make that correction later. And here comes my favorite part. Favorite part of the entire map. Alright, so let's make some corrections. The radio sucks. I was listening to it because I was bored. Off, crop destruction off, plant withering off, normal, or default. I wish there was a high setting because I don't think I use tractors enough to warrant them needing a refill. Like, the only time I think I've had to refill a tractor was once in FS19 when I accidentally left it on for a couple of in-game hours. And what I mean by a couple is I left it on for 13 real-life hours. Well, I don't even think it survived that long. I'm not really sure what a lot of this does. I've been playing on the map a bit. And when I get started, I'm gonna swing this out. And oh. I don't think most combines carry the trailer with them, because every farm that is around me, although they're really small, the one's technically not even a farm, it's just like a huge orchard that they pick apples from, so I guess you could call that a farm. But they bought up a couple fields 5 years ago, I want to say, and they've been planting like corn and soybeans or something in it just about every year. So I want to move this right there. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do I maybe want to upgrade? Alright, what is the header size on this? It's... whoops. 7.6 meters. Well, what's the next one? The next one is 13.7, which puts it into the big league. Does that give it its own header? No. That's stupid. I don't think I've got enough money for the... No. I'm gonna need to take out some money. Alright, so that's $390, but let's check this. $1,411 versus $10,000, so it's not that much of a difference. Twin wheels, only in America. Wide tires, crawler tracks. Yeah. That requires an extension? Are you serious? I guess because they do have to swing around, but with this, you really don't need to. I guess you do. So we're just gonna get standard because that's probably what you would find in this area. I'm gonna need to take out more money on my... Yeah, because the small one is $20-something thousand, so... 89, I am $5,000 short. So we're just gonna put some extra money in there, nothing like committing fraud. Alright. And this is going to need reset. I'm gonna ask FS Club if he streams tonight, if he streams Farming Simulator, if he's up to the challenge of whatever map he picks, to have a little bit of a friendly competition, you could say. Oh dear God. I don't know if I want to do bales. Oh, phone's at 10%. Guess I gotta plug it in. And it's... the charging cable's been right here all the time. All this time. Gonna have to replace my phone cable then. It's cracking on the head portion. Like where it plugs into the phone. Not where it plugs in, but the little guard around it. Okay, so I'm gonna need... That is one freaking massive pipe, let me tell you that. I think it... honestly, it should fold. I think some of the bigger ones that are in the US, they do fold. And a lot of your people that have John Deere combines, they've got ones that are big enough that they have to fold, so... Oh! This... thought it was going backwards. But I'm not. I've had quite the experience on this farm doing animals. And, not talking about 17, I'm talking about just earlier today. Oh, okay, we can... that'll work too. Alright, so we're gonna go... and then I'm gonna drive this over to... Alright, we got a Draper head. That's spectacular. All the other Draper heads, they have their own, what would you call that? Alright, I'm gonna drive this over first, because... actually, we might not be able... oh, yep, we can just squeeze through. That's nice. Unfold harvester. Oh. Disable straw swath? Yes, just for this harvest though. Afterwards, we're gonna get on something a bit different. You know, we're gonna buy a baler, a round baler, because all the auto loaders and stuff, you can get more round bales on than you can square bales, so I'm not talking about auto stackers, I'm talking about the ones that you drive through the field at like 30 miles an hour because your life depends on it for some reason, and it just picks up the bales in like a 5-meter vicinity. So that's usually most of them, but some of them have smaller radiuses. Or is it radii? I don't know, I think it's radiuses. From the math textbook. Oh, don't hit that. Don't hit that mushroom. Lawn ornament. Not really sure what that is. This is gonna be a really slow stream though, because I don't really have anything set up. I mean, I've got 2 like stream bot things set up, but that's about it. I'm not really sure what either of them do. And I could try them out while I'm just sitting here, but I'm gonna start harvesting soon. I want to get my wheel set up sometime, like, very soon, because I might need it for this map. I need to unfold the harvester, that's correct. No, we do not want to enable the straw swath. Alright, let's do some headlands. Got some wheat. I knew that, because this is like my third or fourth time harvesting this field. The first time I did it with the combine that came with it. The second time I mowed it with a mower, specifically the New Holland disc bind with the John Deere tractor. Let me tell you, that was an excruciating, like, 4 hours or something of work. Eventually I did get a second mower to go on the front, sped it up by less than 50% because I was barely a quarter of the way done with the field. But yeah, that's how I spent my morning, testing which was fastest, and then here goes the third time, and I'm doing it with this huge John Deere, the biggest John Deere combine so far. But maybe not for long, because there's a John Deere pack, I think it might be a combine pack coming out soon for, I think it's console. Yeah, because it was in the testing thing for console mods. I think I'm gonna do 3 headlands, and then that should be good enough. That's usually like a standard measurement for combines. Just do like 3 headlands and you're good. Can I pilot this from the inside? Nope, don't trust myself. Alright, that's okay. I was about to say I don't have anything to drink, but I realized I brought a glass of tea in here. I don't know why they call them glasses, but they're more like cups. I guess originally they were made out of glass, which did confine them to glasses, but oh dear God. Wasn't expecting that to happen. But yeah, I'm really hoping he streams. And then as soon as he gets the bot thing up, I'm gonna check how many FSC bucks I've got. I'm so mad because there's a person on his stream that has 2 accounts named the same thing, and he's in the first 2 places and I'm in 3rd. Or something like that. And it makes me so mad because you shouldn't be allowed to have 2 accounts. That's like fraud or cheating or something. I think it's cheating, but he won't do anything about it, so I'm not really gonna make a big deal out of it. %, full, that's not bad. After 3 headlands, I'm just gonna go up and down, and then that really should be it. Shouldn't take more than like an hour and a half. It took me somewhere close to 2 hours with the first combine. Might have been longer though, because I was like joining and leaving, going to different maps, downloading mods and stuff. So, give or take, maybe like 2 or 3 hours. So, I spent most of my day actually figuring out the most efficient way to mow this field or harvest it. Okay, it's almost 8:30, and then it's a half an hour till he streams, because he streams at 8:30 or 8 o'clock his time, which is 9 o'clock my time, which puts me in the Eastern time zone, and that's an Instagram notification. And that's what happens if you go too far. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to the end of the... I'm not gonna make it. That's not good. Yeah. I'm thinking about building my own PC soon. Like, get a case and motherboard and maybe a CPU for Christmas or something, and then that's right, I got crop destruction off, and then I can slowly build it up from there. With each birthday and Christmas after that, I should have a full PC in the next 2 years, and then get an Elgato game capture card that goes inside of the PC. And that way I've got lower latency between console and PC, and then I can stream from my PC, and I can get overlays and stuff on it, and then just play while looking at the PC. Maybe, I don't know, I might still have to stare at this, and then hopefully the latency isn't too long, because it won't make any sense. I was thinking about getting like an external one that requires like 37 different things to be hooked up for it to work, but then I thought, you know, hopefully this only takes 50% of the trailer and then we get 2 loads in, and then I was reading and I heard someone say you don't want to get an external one, and nope, it's taking like 70%. And someone said that it has a really high latency or time to send information, which means that it could take like 5 or 10 seconds to get from the thing you want to stream from, so like from the PlayStation to the PC, making games like... I'm sure it wouldn't matter for games like this if you had a high latency, but everywhere I was looking it was like Fortnite this, Fortnite that. It was like about half a year ago, so that's when Fortnite was picking up, and you know, it was going really strong and everyone was playing it. I mean, I was even playing it at that time, and then I kind of just gave up on it because I didn't see any fun in it. And there's a story of how I quit my Fortnite addiction. Yeah, it didn't take that much energy. Oh my god, I'm so tired right now. I have no idea. Well, you know, it might be explained by waking or going to bed at like 2 in the morning because of watching FS Club stream. And then not waking up till like 7, so not even 12 hours of sleep, which is what I usually would recommend for myself over the summer. So, yeah. Depending on what map FS Club is playing. If he does play a farming simulator map today, then I might spend like 2 or 3 hours tomorrow getting set up with it and stuff. Again, depending on what map it is. If he goes for Oakfield, then I'm just probably going to go for this one. And then we'll set up stuff here and... do I want to do that? Or do I want to just... You see, I don't know if I want to go and do another headland. Or if I'd rather just... go and start going straight up and down or not. Or going up and down the field. I might do a second headland and then... Oop, sorry. Yeah, I'll do a second headland and then... We'll see where that goes from here. You know, if he does choose Oakfield, though, I don't think I'm gonna go for this map as the one, because I'm not laying the straw out for myself to bale it or to just collect it. I'm not sure what I want to do, because the one time I did it, I collected all the bales and it was a mess. I couldn't figure out where to put any of the bales. They were stacked 4 high, so I just used the I think it's black sheep modding bale spike claw thing, where it you stick it in the bottom and then it's like 4 bales high, and then you stick the spikes into it. That's the only way I can really describe it. It's very vague, I know, but I was using that, and I was collecting square bales, and it wasn't very amusing for myself. I actually found it quite difficult, and didn't really like it. Oh yeah, 2 headlands is plenty. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy having to, and since it was all done with an autoloader, it kind of just sat on the autoloader waiting for me to take it off. It was like the Adirante or whatever. When I get to the end, I'll show you. The autoloaders are amazing. I tried another one actually before I got the autoload trailer from like Adirante. I think that's how you say it. I'm probably butchering it, but anyway, it would hold on to the bales for some reason. Like when you tried to take it out, there was like an invisible shield there. So the only way I could get past that was to unload the bales onto the trailer and then reset the trailer, which resets into the little cul-de-sac where the combine was reset to. So you imagine like 22 or 26 bales sitting there all in a stack waiting to be moved, and that was only 3 high. So it wasn't even taking the full capacity of the bale spike. Yeah, which it kind of made me mad that I continued to actually work with it. And actually, I'm not sure why I continued to work with it. Baling technology. Yeah, it looks like Adirante. I used this one here, and it lifts up both sides to auto load, and it's awkward to get the bales out. Like you have to have a 1 or 2 high bale spike, you know, just that way. I'd probably recommend a 2 high bale spike, because then you can get almost all the bales Oh, I guess you could get all the bales, but yeah. But yeah, it was really stressful trying to get all of that set up. I was trying to see how things would stack in different places and if they would do better in one place or better in another place. And I didn't find any place that worked well enough besides the cul-de-sac, which is sad because you're not really supposed to put bales there. And I found with the Adirante or Adirant, I'm still butchering that. I'd have to go see if someone has a video and how you would say it. Mr. Silly P probably has a video somewhere of it, because I know he likes to review all of the autoloader things. So, because that was a really big deal when it hit consoles in FS19. Like, I remember going and getting it and then going on the biggest map that we had at the time. And alright, I figured you couldn't link trailers. With this one, you can link trailers. You can get a trailer hitch on it. Why you would, I have no idea. So, wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Alright, it's 8:36. Since we have nothing to talk about, I'll talk about waterproof phones. I don't really understand the point of having a waterproof or water-resistant phone. All phones are water-resistant if you try hard enough. But waterproof, like removing the headphone jack on the iPhone, was just a stupid move, to be honest. And, during the sales pitch, I'm surprised someone didn't turn it down. I certainly would have turned it down. So flat, so level. Alright, let's see what we can fit. Oh dear. Into here. And then we'll have to take it back to the yard. Hello, Chris. Alright, that's all that we can fit in here. I'm assuming that you can put a front loader. No, I'm just doing single player. Wonder if you can put like a front loader set on this. I'll have to check that then. Alright, stop. Alright, let's see if we can put no. Okay, that's stupid. Then what's the point in having that little joystick there? Because that's what it's for. It's for a front loader. Yeah, this was the only good place I found to store bales, which is bad because I figured you could store them in there. Not really good. I can't store them in there. That's a cow shed. Can't store them there. That's a sell point. I was storing equipment there. That's the customized thing, so that would take forever to unload if I wanted to put stuff in there. And putting it in there is just a hassle. With all like the walls and stuff, and in there it's a hassle. I'm looking for like an open building, and I know you can go in here and check out all the different sheds and stuff. I didn't actually do this though. I guess I should have. Did they fix that so that it doesn't break your game when you place it? Because I remember when these machine shed things first came out, it just wrecked your game every time you tried to place one. Oh, I just want to see it though. Large grain storage, FS19 implement shed. That actually went all the way through FS13, 15 actually. Because in FS15 you still had the Westbridge Hills, which had that exact same implement shed. Yeah, exact same one. That one wouldn't be bad, but the only problem is, how do you get something up there to put it away? I mean, smaller bales I could understand, but oh, here's the stupid ones from FS17. Ugh, I hated those ones. Like, it felt like it never really did anything. Like, if I put something there, it just seemed like it didn't do anything, you know? I much preferred the concrete-based, heavier-duty looking ones. So, that's what I always went for, even though they were a bit more expensive. Yeah, everybody always asks if I'm on multiplayer, but my response is always no, because it's a bit of a hassle, really, to set up a multiplayer game, and then I'd have to lock it to one farm, because I'd need help, and I wouldn't want, like, 30,000 farms. I think the max is, like, 10 or something, but or like 4 with 2 or something, I don't know. Or everyone can have their own farm or something, so it must be like 6. But anyway, I feel like it's a bit of a mess trying to set that up, and then, oh, so-and-so wants to join, well, then, you know, if I have a password on, I gotta give the password out, and either you say it or you gotta type it. And either way, it's a mess. So most of the time, or I guess almost all the time, my answer to multiplayer is going to be no, unless it specifically says multiplayer, blah blah blah, and then it'll most likely be me playing with someone else who's streaming. So therefore, I'll be streaming, and only the conversation will only be relevant to what's going on the screen. So, yeah. So unless it says multiplayer or multiplayer with so-and-so, the answer is going to be no. And I'm not really a big fan of multiplayer anyway. I had some bad experiences on 17, so I just stay away from that, because it's not really, like, it wasn't really, like, abuse. Well, it wasn't abuse at all. It was just half the time you'd get into a server and then you'd be like, hey, what's going on? Can I help do something? and either the person forgot to put a password on it and they were just waiting for their friend to join, or they don't have a mic, which is the worst part, is when no one on the entire thing has a mic. So, you know, you feel left out because you're the only one with a mic, and it's just, yeah. A couple bad experiences ruin the entire thing forever. I might do a couple, like, multiplayer live streams things, but another reason I also don't do multiplayer is my Wi-Fi sucks, and I think FS multiplayer things run off of that person's internet specifically. So if I wanted to run a multiplayer server or just a multiplayer game, anyone that joins would basically be going through the server and then sucking off of the internet that you have. So tops, I think before I did like 1 or 2 people, and then a third person joined and the game got really laggy. So I'd have to limit it to like 2 or 3 people, and that would be it. Which, I'm not saying 2 or 3 people couldn't help me with a field like this. It would just be, you know, a bit of a pain, because with 2 people, one person's not going to have a job. And you're going to either have to buy them something, or they're going to start a job of, like, cultivating the field, like where you've been. Which, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but they'd probably do, like, direct drill, because that's what's there. I might not do an hour, I might do till whenever FS Club starts streaming, so because it's summer, I need to start streaming when I wake up. This morning I put it off, I haven't streamed all weekend. Why can't I put it off till later to stream? Yeah, well... Oh my god. That was my problem, was I put it off. I kept putting it off. Saturday night, I had a party to go to, so I couldn't do the whole Saturday thing. Well, the next 4 Saturdays I've got something going on. And then... I think it's the next 4 Saturdays. And then... Sunday is like a day that I just want to take and relax, because it's... You know, and I think it might just be a day that I can sit down, not have to worry about streaming, and then just play whatever game I want. Like, I might start up Hunter Call of the Wild soon, so it'll be Farming Simulator and then Hunter Call of the Wild for like 4 or 5 hours in the morning. And the reason it's going to take so long is because, 1, I'm not doing it in multiplayer, so you don't have people that are sitting on the opposing side of something pushing the deer towards you, so it's going to take a bit longer. And 2, it's hard to get deer in that game. Like, when you watch other people do it, they've been doing it for a lot longer, so they know what to do. You know, they've got all their perks and stuff built up, and they've got all these different things, but you gotta think I'm starting from scratch, so I've got nothing, and everything's just gonna be a pain. So I'll probably be able to decrease the amount of time that live stream has to run, the more perks and stuff that I get that keep me quieter and stuff. But yeah, for the most part it'll probably be in the morning and like a ton of hours, which is going to be really taxing on me because I don't stream that long. So it's gonna, you know, mess me up, and I might have to do an FS multiplayer stream after some of those. Yeah, I wonder if the I wonder if PlayStation Plus is on sale because of the whole like E3 thing or whatever, or the PlayStation something rather. The Days of Play sale, that's what it's called. Wonder if, because that would make it cheaper for the month. That's also another reason I don't do multiplayer at all. I don't have PlayStation Plus. I don't really see a need for it. Because all of the games I play except for this don't have multiplayer, and except for like one or two maybe, and I don't need PlayStation Plus for that. So yeah, that's another reason I don't do multiplayer things, because I don't have the necessary items, I guess you could say. So you on MP, wow, that's like the most ghetto thing I've heard this entire day. Oh, I hit the other side earlier with the John Deere, and I just about shot through the stratosphere. I was scared for my life. That's what happened to my umbrella. I've been like going like 5 or 6 months without an umbrella, and you know, trust me, next year I'm gonna carry it in my backpack, and I will never need it. Trust me, I'll never need that umbrella. I didn't carry it at all this year. I needed that umbrella just about every day that it said it was gonna rain, which is kind of sad. Yeah, I can't wait to get my steering wheel set up with this. You know, this game came out, I streamed it for a bit. I did get back into the groove with it. And now I'm back here playing FS, and it's hard to not burn yourself out with this game. And what I'm gonna do is try not to play it a ton when I'm not like streaming. Wow, I might be able to get to the hour before he starts streaming. That's incredible. And then I'll look into PlayStation Plus, and then maybe I can do... Today's Monday. Okay. He said he wasn't gonna stream Father's Day, and then he proceeded to stream Gold Rush, Hunter Call of the Wild, and PUBG, all in the same night, all in the same stream. It's crazy that he did that. But yeah, it started out in the first, like... that's depressing. It's only because I'm downloading a game. Normally I'd, like, pause that stuff, but... I decided not to because I really wanted it to download. But yeah. First he started out for, like, the first 10 to 15 minutes, so, like... not even a half an hour of each game. It was like 10 or 15 minutes of Gold Rush on the PC, which is gonna come out for console in the fourth quarter, so I'm gonna get that when it decides to come out. But anyway, continuing, he kept talking about Hunter Call of the Wild and how he had like all of the DLCs, and then he was like, oh, do you guys want to watch me play Hunter Call of the Wild? And he kept asking people. Nobody really said anything. And then he was like, alright, we're going to switch to Hunter Call of the Wild. He turned on his Xbox and then switched to that. And I was like, okay. So we watched him and his friends mess around for a bit. And then after, like, I think an hour and a half, maybe, it was a long time, he was like, alright, I'm going to switch to PUBG. And his friend was like, yeah, sure. And I think they played PUBG till like 1 in the morning his time. because it was almost 2. I guess it was barely, it wouldn't have been almost 2 my time. It would have been 1, just a little after 1 my time. And I said, alright, I can't stand this anymore. And then I proceeded to congratulate the person that was ahead of me in the leaderboard's points, and then said bye to everyone, and then I proceeded to fall asleep. I just shut my phone off and fell asleep. It was already plugged in, so I didn't have to worry about it. Or I didn't have to worry about waking up to a dead phone. I've done that a couple times on school days, so it's not the best. And you can't really, I guess you can't really help it if the power goes out, which happened a couple times, and that's where a lot of my didn't charge my phone stories came from. On one night I couldn't find the charger, so it just died. I watched YouTube on it till it died, and then I found it the next day. It was right under my bed, so yep, stories are great to tell. They pass the time. They don't pass a ton of time, but they pass some time. I think this'll, if I do an hour tomorrow, it should be good. I might look into getting PlayStation Plus, and then I can do like a multiplayer stream. So basically I'll go into someone's multiplayer game and I will start streaming, of course with their permission. I don't want to just like go into someone's game and be like, yo, I'm streaming, and then they're like, oh, you can't, or they don't want me to or something, and then you know what, I'm out of luck because I started the stream before the game even started. Or maybe I'll start a game and people can join, and we'll see how long it takes. Alright, so I'm gonna end this here because any minute now I'm probably gonna get a notification that FS Club is streaming, and I want to be one of the first people in there because that's just how I am. So I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess.